What's going on, guys? Isaac here from AMA, and today I'm here with my friend Tamara from Alpinestars, and we're going to go through the range of Alpinestars boots and which one is best for you. Awesome, well thanks so much for coming down. So here we've got two versions of the Tech3. I'd love to know a little bit more about these two boots. Do you mind walking us through?
Yeah, no worries at all. So the Tech3 is the entry-level offering from Alpinestars for both motocross and enduro. The versions that we've got here is the smooth-soled motocross version and the rugged or walking sole boot for the enduro version. Aside from the sole, both boots are exactly the same spec-wise, even the soles are interchangeable. So the thing that a rider will get out of a Tech3 will be really great feel and some entry-level support and protection for the ankle, foot and shin. So on the inside here, we've got one simple nice blade pivot point on the inside, so that provides the ankle with some support. The rest of the boot, we've got good flex through the back and through the front, through the stitched areas, and just some PU reinforcement on the outside here. So as mentioned before, replaceable soles on Tech3, so both of them, motocross and enduro. We have got replaceable buckles and straps on Tech3 as well. You'll notice that we've got a 3-strap system on Tech3. So in the other ranges, as we go through, it'll move up into 4. So the three strap system for Tech3 again allows more rider feel and a little bit more comfort in the boot, have some more flexibility through there. The buckles and straps themselves are just made from a durable plastic material. In this particular instance, helps keep the weight down, keeps the cost of the boot down, so it makes it an affordable option for most riders. Who is the boot for?
Who is the boot for? Who's buying this?
So Tech3 is a fantastic option for your first set of boots. It's durable, replaceable parts. You'll get a long time out of it while you're learning how to ride. You'll have really good feel over the rear brake pedal and the gear lever, more so over some of the more heavily boots that we have in our range and the other brands that are on the market. So fantastic for the entry-level rider. Also great for anyone that wants a boot that offers some moderate protection. Their, I guess, riding that they're doing is less frequent or a little bit lower type risk. Might be just riding with the kids. You definitely don't want to be wearing shoes. You want to be wearing some good protection because accidents can happen. So the Tech3 is also applicable for that. Tech3 Enduro is a boot that you could also consider for adventure riders as well. It offers a great amount of protection than a lot of adventure boots that are on the market. Full height, proper sole, built like a motocross boot but has the enduro sole on the bottom, so it's good for walking around and getting on and off the bike and helping yourself through some difficult terrain or slippery terrain. So Tech3 is also something that can bridge into the enduro market pretty easily as well.
Alright, so jumping from the Tech3 to the Tech5, what's the main difference between the two boots? So
going from 3 to 5, the first thing that you'll easily notice is that we've got 4 straps located on the outside of the boot. This increases the stiffness and the lock-in into the boot itself. The straps also have a change. We go to a more durable aluminium bridge on the strap, so that increases the longevity of the strap itself. Again, all of these parts are still replaceable. Aside from that, that's really the biggest change that we go from a 3 to a 5 is just a slightly more braced feel in the boot itself over the Tech3. It's a nice little step up for the price point.
Fantastic. So what type of riding would you usually do in the Tech5? Like who's wearing this boot?
So a Tech5, again, like we've discussed some of the options as an entry level for a Tech3. So if you are someone that is riding a little bit more often, but still prefer a boot that has some good feel and some good softness to it, a Tech5 is a good option for that. Or if you are just looking for something that has slightly better spec in terms of the buckles for longevity, it's a nice step up from the Tech3 as well.
Alright, jumping to the Tech7, I personally wear this boot and love this boot. Run us through the main difference between, you know, the Tech 5 and 3 compared to the Tech 7?
Certainly. I do know you're a fan of the Tech 7.
I am, yes.
You love them dearly,
Yeah.
as do a lot of people. The Tech 7, first and foremost, is available over 3 different versions now in the current lineup. So we have the motocross version that we've got here on display today, again with the smooth sole. There's a Tech 7 Enduro with the walking big rugged boot sole on the bottom, and there's also been the Tech 7 Enduro Drystar produced into the lineup. That one there is lined with a membrane almost to the top of the boot that's both waterproof and breathable. It'd have to be one of the only boots on the market that's waterproof and breathable in the motocross and enduro boot segment. So that's really a popular boot for enduro guys, even adventure guys as well. So all the features that we'll run through here are all applicable to all 3 models. It's just the sole or the membrane on the inside that differs.
That's sick.
Yeah, so as I said, popular boot for a lot of people because it is a great all-rounder. It's a really durable boot and applicable for motocross, enduro, adventure guys and everything in the middle. So stepping up from the 3 and the 5, we still have that 4-buckle closure system. Now you'll notice that the boot buckles go in opposing different directions.
Yeah.
You'll notice that back on the Tech 5, but Tech 7 as well. One of the features behind that is if you are unfortunate enough to have a bit of a stack, if your buckles are all facing in the same direction, potentially, unlikely, but you might end up with some of the buckles to come undone. Having them done in the reverse position means you're less likely to have all buckles ever undone in the event of an accident. So that's a bit of a safety protection feature that's built into the Tech 7 with reverse buckles on the top and the bottom. So when it comes to the bracing, we've got the internal pivot point brace on the inside here that we have like with the Tech 5. Tech 7 has an additional one built in as a pivot hinge on this side here. So that's an add-on, and there's also a blade up into the back through here for hyperextension. The boot itself still got plenty of flex through it, through the stitch patterns through the back and through the side. For comfort, bike feel, which is fantastic. Replaceable sole, replaceable insert on Tech 7, which we don't do in the Tech 3 and the Tech 5, but we do in the 7. And the burn guard on the inside for here, or the rub guard, is also replaceable as well.
Awesome, okay, thanks for all that great insight. So moving on with the Tech 7, who's wearing this boot? Obviously myself, but who's going to buy this boot? Who should be wearing this boot? What kind of riding are we doing in the Tech 7?
You know what, Tech 7 is a great all-rounder boot. There is no reason an entry-level rider couldn't consider wearing the Tech 7 for its protection value alone. It's really a durable boot. It's got great longevity. So entry-level guys all the way through up to even some, you know, faster, even quite quick, almost pro-level guys might want to wear this for rider feel. So there's a little bit more flex through the footbed and through the ankle in a Tech 7 than there is over a Tech 10. Some riders prefer a little bit more feel. So motocross, enduro, even with the addition of the waterproof version, that bridges into adventure guys. So Tech 7's literally the workhorse of the family, and it can go across a lot of different applications as well for both protection, the features that you get, the value for the money and the longevity of the boot. It makes it a really good choice for a lot of riders.
Sick, that's awesome. It's so good that they come in so many different, you know, styles, colours. You've obviously got your waterproof ones, you've got your enduro ones, so sweet range of boots here.
There is a stack of colours as well.
Yeah.
So there's definitely something out there for everyone in terms of colour, particularly with the Tech 7.
Cool, fantastic, thank you very much.
That's okay.
The Tech 10, this comes in 2 different versions.
It does.
Can you run me through what this boot is and the difference between the 2 types of Tech 10s we've got here?
Certainly can. So the Tech 10 is Alpinestars' top of the line performance race boot. The 2 versions that it comes in is we've got standard Tech 10, we've also got the Tech 10 Supervent. For all of the features that we're about to run through, it's the same for both boots. We'll get to the Supervent version at the end and how it differs over the standard version of the Tech 10. So the whole focus of the current model Tech 10 we have was a revised boot. Tech 10's been in the lineup for years. Alpinestars did some revisions through 2019, 2020 to really try and shave the weight down on the boot and improve the protection for the rider's foot, ankle and lower limb. So there's some features that are in this boot that haven't been in any of the other Tech 10s in the past, which make it really unique and quite cool. So first and foremost, the ankle bracing in the Tech10 is something really, really considerable. So we've got the pivot point that we do in the Tech7s and the Tech5s, for example. We've also now got a more reinforced hyperextension guard in the back through here for overextension of the ankle. We've got the secondary pivot point here on the outside of the boot. And on the front of the boot, we've got something entirely new, which is not through the range. We've got another blade, hyperextension blade through the front, which really ramps up the protection from the back. There's also a suspension system that's built into the ankle here. So the main function for the suspension system that's built into the ankle here is to help the boot to maintain the integrity of the width of it and the support around the ankle. So earlier versions of the Tech10, after being worn for a few months on the bike, would start to soften around the ankle and maybe the shape would start to distort up against the frame. So the suspension system in the front here is designed to return the boot back to its original position and keep the integrity, particularly the shape of the inside of the boot, flat, so you have the best contact up against the frame. So the protection of the outer boot itself, in terms of bracing, is quite high level. But when you pair that with the inner booty that's on the Tech10, again, no inner booties on any of the other boots in the range. We've got an additional set of bracing bars on the inside here, as well as the comfort lining for the boot. Another cool thing to consider with the inner booty that's removable on a Tech10 is that you can take this out and wash it, or you take it out and let it dry. So it's kind of hard to keep the inside of your boots clean and dry if you're not able to remove the inner liner. So this is really cool. If you're doing multi-day rides, this can come out, be popped out overnight. It can dry out. You can pop them in a washing machine inside of a delicates bag if you want to, and give them a bit of a wash that way so your boots aren't all smelly and gross. So some of the other protection features that are also built into the Tech10, in the heel, we have a little note here. DHCP stands for Dynamic Heel Compression Protection. So built into the inside of the boot here, above the sole, is we've got a piece of high compression foam. So it's designed to absorb any impact that's coming through to the heel. So instance of casing a jump, heel strikes the ground, or ejecting off of the bike and landing feet first, will help to reduce the impact, or a compression impact, through the bottom of the heel, which is a new piece of tech that I don't really see in any other boots that are on the market, which is really quite cool. The replaceable parts on the Tech10, we've also got replaceable soles, burn guards on the inside are also replaceable, rub points on the inside, buckles and straps. Tech10 has its own set of unique buckles and strap system to it. It's lightweight and it's built with ease of use in mind as well. Even once it's been clogged with mud and dirt, time after time, the buckle system will still work really nicely.
Cool, that's sick. So obviously we just went through the Tech10.
Yep.
Now we've got the Supervented here. What's the difference between the Supervented and just the original Tech10?
As the name suggests, we have airflow happening in the Supervent Tech10. So the way that they've constructed this boot was, in the front here, we've got perforation holes through the internal fabric through the front. You'll also notice that there's some vent holes in the front here protected by some gauze there.
Cool.
So this allows airflow to enter through the boot. Now this is paired with a different inner booty. So standard inner booty is a normal mesh material, solid base. Supervent Tech10 is a perforated and mesh booty with some mesh built into the base there. So that aids the intake port on the front of the boot to try and help keep the foot a little bit cooler, dry a little bit quicker from sweat. So it's a great option for hot conditions, desert races, etc. So it's a nice option as well. And that Supervent also has its own range of colours too. So sometimes they've got some really cool colours, like the hue one on the end there.
Awesome. So obviously the same tech, just much more airflow in this one.
Yes, indeed. Both options.
Fantastic. All right, so these are a stiff boot, so you're obviously going to get a lot of protection out of these. What's the difference in, stiffness and feel between the Tech7, say, and the Tech10?
Yeah, so for sure, Tech10 is a stiffer boot to ride in. It has a much more supported and structured feel to it over Tech7. That has all to do with, obviously, the bracing throughout the boot. It still offers really great feel. just with the hinge points and the way that they still try to allow good movement for the foot, but it is a much more braced boot than Tech7 is, and you notice that with the way that it feels. I run Tech10s personally. I've always ridden in Tech10s, and I enjoy that really sort of stiff, more rigid feel in a boot. So I guess it does come down to a bit of personal preference. You like to have a bit more feel with your feet, so Tech7's a great option, and for a more locked in and fully supported feel, you get that out of a Tech10. So Tech10 is the pinnacle in terms of foot and ankle protection in the Alpinestars off-road lineup. It's great for people riding motocross, people riding enduro, and everything in between. So if safety is the #1 concern for protecting all of those areas, then Tech10 is where you want to be looking for that.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for running us through the range of Alpinestars boots here. It's been great to have you down here.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, guys, hopefully you have a great idea of what boot's best for you. If you'd like to shop the range, jump online at amawarehouse.com.au or come in store and check us out. Make sure to subscribe and turn notifications on, guys, and we'll see you next time.